Hi guys, you probably noticed a bunch of my videos I'm wearing the same clothes and I look the same. It's because I record a whole bunch at the same time. And I just do that because it's easier. And if I was really smart, I'd have a better background, which I don't. And I would change my outfit and fix my hair and stuff, but I don't do that. I record fast, fast, fast. I don't have time to really go and do all this, fluffy stuff to make things more interesting. Maybe I'd have more viewers if I did. But anyway, I'm not, this isn't my career, a YouTube channel or a Rumble channel or wherever you happen to watch this, because I'm at both places now. So you're watching me at one, I'm on the other two, or eventually try to put the both videos on. Anyways, I'm working on it. Anyway, I'm off topic. So what was I going to talk to you about today? My two objectives as a writer. I was thinking about this the other day, and I think I've kind of touched on it before, but I really wanted to talk about it again because it's sort of important. What are my two objectives? Since I started writing, I've pretty much been consistent. I think when I was like a teenager, started kind of playing around with the sort of characters and writing and not doing a great job. My grammar is terrible. Some people still think it is, and that's fine. I don't care. I'm doing the best I can. But yeah, back then, I look back at some of that. I should have it here. My writing from back then, it was wrote out by hand and done by a typewriter, because yeah, I'm that old. And yeah, so it was kind of interesting. It was always very dramatic though, and complex. But one thing I did like to do back then, and I remember specifically thinking this, which is good because I forget so much. I remember specifically thinking that I really wanted people to have compassion, to have understanding. And which we need more in the world right now. Everybody's like, I'm right and you're wrong, but it's not. There's a lot of gray area. People seem to forget that. You just have to go on social media to see it. Sometimes you have to listen to the other point of view and say, okay, I understand where you're coming from. This is where I come from. You don't have to beat each other's throats and kill each other. It's just, this is just life. So you have to, I wanted to have more understanding of the other side. So you see some of my characters, they're not great people by some people's impression of them, but if you read with them, you kind of understand where they're coming from. How did they get there? You don't have to like everything they do or even like them, but you have to understand where they come from. Thus is the same with life. You may not like everybody you meet, work with, whatever, but you have to understand where they come from. They aren't you. They aren't you. And that's the problem. We want everybody to be like us, don't we? I don't. Don't do that. Anyways, so that was one of my objectives. The other's to make people think. And that's probably something that's more of an objective for me these days. Both things are important, but when I was younger, I cared more about people caring and having compassion. And now that I'm a little older, I also want that. However, I kind of given up hope on it a little bit. And I'm kind of more concerned with people thinking. I feel like people aren't, and I guess that kind of falls into the same category. You're not thinking about the other person and where they're coming from. But a lot of people aren't thinking at all. They're listening to what they hear in the news, what they see in TV and social media, whatever, whoever, people in their family. But they don't actually stop and think about stuff themselves. And I kind of bring stuff up in my books that people may or may not agree with. I'm not trying to push an opinion on anyone, but I kind of try to kind of grab at them and say, maybe you should look at this. Like I'll talk about the media. Should you trust the media? Is the media always right? Should you trust the government? Is the government always right? I know I can't get that sentence out without laughing. So you have to look at all these things. And I feel like people aren't always doing that. They're kind of, well, I did hear it in the news and the prime minister said it. Don't go by that. Go by yourself. Go by what you really logically think when you break it down. What do you feel? What do you feel? Does that feel right? And I think that's important. That's why I bring it up in my writing. I bring up various topics. I kind of make little points the characters say, and that's just to make people think. Again, not to agree with them or me or anyone, but just to kind of, that's an interesting perspective. We need more of that. We need more of that. So what do you think? Like, share. This video is going to be hopefully on YouTube and Rumble. I'm trying to be in both now, and wherever you prefer. Hopefully Hopefully you're watching one of them. Anyways, guys, subscribe wherever I am. And thank you. Have a great day.